How to correct behavior like a leader, not a manager. Well, number one is to call out the impact, not just the action, right? Don't just tell them what went wrong. Help them understand why it matters, right? We don't just tie it to nothing. As leaders, we're going to connect it to team trust, team culture, to our shared goals. And I love that SBI model, right? The situation, behavior, and that impact. Right? We don't use emotion, but we focus in almost like, if I'm looking at a map, I'm not zooming in just on the wrong turn. No, I'm showing them where that wrong turn leads. You're falling off the cliff here, and here's how it impacts us. At Pixar, they don't focus their feedback on the flaw. No, they focus it on how it impacted the story, the team, the audience, right? And that's what drives change in behavior. Yes, you want to correct the behavior, but you want to connect it to the bigger picture. So I let them know, look, this behavior doesn't just affect you, right? It impacts the team, our trust, the culture, or I could even say this is the ripple effect from what happened. Do you see it too? And number two is to invite ownership. Don't impose guilt, right? The ownership comes when they name it, not us. When they understand it. So as a leader, I'm asking, I'm listening, and then I'm letting my silence speak. It's like handing them a mirror, not a lecture, right? And I can ask something like, okay, if you were in my position, how would you respond? Right? And that kind of forces self-reflection, not defensiveness. I can even ask after talking through this, even going through the SBI model, I can even ask like, how do you see this behavior? What do you see as the impact? What would you do differently next time? And then number three, most importantly, is to recommit to the standard together. Right? We don't want to just correct them. We want to align. So as a great leader, we want to clarify the expectation, but then invite them to make a commitment here. I remember hearing this story about John Wooden, a famous basketball coach, and he wouldn't just correct the players. No, he would go over the basic fundamentals in the moment, right? Coaching in the moment, and then allow them to buy in every single time and say, oh, yep, that's right. Okay, next time I got it, right? Brene Brown says it's not about getting it perfect, but it's about committing or recommitting to that standard. So I can partner with them and ask, what does getting it right next time look like? Or our standard hasn't changed. Are you willing to commit to meeting it moving forward? Or even, let's align. What's your